Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss a video from us.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to V Skills Expert Interview Series. Today we have with us Mr. Ravi Ranjan. He has more than 9 years of experience in software testing and quality assurance, together with hands-on experience in Selenium Webdriver, Java, Spring, and SQL. He is well versed in performing manual and automation testing, as well as working as a techno-functional QA. He had worked in various capacities at Accenture, Capgemini, JP Morgan Chase, and currently working as quality assurance engineer at Amazon. We seek his guidance to learn more about quality assurance and software testing as a subject and a profession, and also his career trajectory in QA and software testing. On behalf of vSkills, I welcome you, sir, to this interview. I hope you have a good time today.
Yep. Thanks. Thank you, everyone. Hi, everyone. If you hear the word testing, I think there is a general perception like we just need to do some manual task or like work on the automation framework. But I believe like it is beyond that, and like you need to think like a customer and like a end user, and try to bring out the best of your product so that it gives a better user experience.
Okay,
So, yeah.
so to first begin with, we just need to understand how did you choose this field and what were the opportunities available means when you selected software testing and QA for your career, sir.
Yeah. So I was means I came to IT industry from the campus placement, and literally there wasn't I wasn't given any choice to select the fields. But yeah, like when I was in means when I was driven into the QA role, so I was in manual testing initially, and later on
Mhm.
I learned the automation skills and the automation framework, and from there on I just tried to build up on my knowledge and try to perform different types of testing, like functional testing, integration testing, end-to-end testing, and so on. And like initially when I joined the industry, so there were not many opportunity, you can say, for an automation tester or like for a manual tester. I think they were just limited to doing the manual testing, writing test cases, and like building automation frameworks. But
Mhm.
now I think the industry is changing a lot, and there are a lot of opportunities for QA. Means you can go for like you can try to build up your knowledge and go in the QA field, work and grow as a QAM or like a QA lead. And also, like if you're interested, you can go in the SDET field, like that is software development in test. So you can go in that field as well. There are various levels, or you can say there are various types of testing that you can get, like there are mobile app testing, security testing, and then there are firmware testing. A lot of things are coming, and when we talk about all these things, we should also be remembering like there are technologies which are coming, which are related to cloud computing and AI and ML. So all these things provide very exciting times for a software testing engineer or a QA.
Okay. So as you just mentioned QA functionality testing, so we would just like to understand what exactly is QA functionality testing.
Yeah, so QA functional tester is just a one flavor of the testing field. And when we say as a functional tester, so it basically highlights like you should start thinking, or you should start doing your testing around the end user perspective. So,
Mhm.
like if I give an example, like if you have a product or a mobile app, right? Like let's say
Right.
an e-commerce app, and if you just build the components like login, selecting, add a cart, or a payment, that's there, like means that the product is there. But what extra mile you are going on to give a better user experience, right?
Okay. So in this your career journey, what were the various levels of quality assurance that you have been through, or what are in the industry that you? could just elaborate us on.
Yeah, so when you talk about the different levels of testing, so basically there are four levels of testing, you can say. So it is like the unit testing, which is basically you try to break your product into simple components and try to do the testing around it, mapped with a very small category of requirements, so that you bring means so that if there are any defects or any bugs, so you bring out those in a very early stage, and those get fixed so that your development cycle is smooth, right? And after that there is a integration testing where you try to bring these components, group these components, so that you can test the interactions or the communication between the different components, and if there are any defects or related to the data interactions between these components, you can bring out those. And then we have the system testing, where you test the overall system of it, means overall your product. And at the end we have the acceptance testing, where you do your testing, or your quality assurance is driven by the product requirements, the end user perspective. So these are the different levels of testing, and luckily I have got a means whatever experience I have got a chance to work on all these types of testing, and these are really very exciting. Maybe like in the simple words they may sound a bit boring, or like we don't know the inner capacity of it, but I believe like for delivering a very good product, I think these all levels of testings are very important.
Okay, so starting from a unit testing perspective till acceptance, I mean these
Yes.
are the various QA or testing levels that every company or every product should go through so
Yeah.
that the end user has got a good experience and it's well
Yeah.
tested product.
Yeah.
Okay, so we see that there are a lot of there are various testing tools that are available in the market from open source, proprietary, paid, subscription based.
Yeah.
So, what, in your opinion, are the top testing tools which are in demand in, let's say, in this year of 2022?
Yeah, so I would say like the open source always gets a upper hand over here when we talk about the
Okay.
testing tools. But again, like it may have certain limitations. But like I feel like when we talk about the testing tools, I think the number one will currently is Selenium, because
Okay.
because we have a lot of it gives a lot of advantages over the other tools. Then we have APM, which is like for the mobile testing, and its automation framework.
Okay.
And since we see like currently whatever changes are coming in our world are more related to mobile based apps, so
Hmm.
APM is always there in demand. And then we have tools like RFT, functional rational functional testing. And then we have UFT coming from HP. So all
Okay.
these are in demand. Then I feel like not just limited to the automation framework or the testing. I think there are other tools which are very important from testing perspective. Those are like the test management tools, I would say. And over here I think the ALM, Jira, these are very crucial for to know for a tester. And apart from that, like if you have a role which requires you to maintain the pipelines and all those activities, I think knowledge of Jenkins is very important over here.
Okay. So we see that it's not only the specific testing tools which are in open source, but it
Yeah.
also test management tools that are also crucial for
Yeah.
a
Correct.
testing career and in perspective of the present industry trends in 2022.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
sir. Uh, as we see that technology industry on the whole is undergoing a lot of changes,
Yeah.
which requires team to increase their to shorten their delivery timelines. So how do you handle such pressures? Because we see that a lot of customer expectations get changed, and testing teams specifically, needs to
Yeah.
deliver quickly.
Yeah.
So how you are able to manage such pressures, sir?
Yeah, so I think often these situations occur like if to anybody who is working in an IT industry, And from my personal experience, I would say like the better test planning from the QA perspective, better test planning and better strategy. Like if you are able to anticipate the risk and the mitigation strategy that you have, I think that gives an edge under these situations where you are where you have a very stringent timelines. So like if you like for example, if you have a 15 days of sprint, so and then you should know like what are my resources and
Mhm.
what are the risks which are involved in these 15 days. Of course, like if anyone is going on a vacation, like I'm giving a just simple example.
Small,
So
yes.
yeah, a small example. So you should understand your risk, and then after that you need to collaborate with your stakeholders to understand their priority for a particular sprint. Like there may be, like you can say, 10 stories or 15 stories, but at the end of the day, like what are the stories which have a very high priority, and you should try to focus on delivering those. And again, like it's again goes back to your strategy and planning for this timeline.
Okay, so we also see a lot of AI coming up in this testing domain. Artificial intelligence is now coming in a big way. Earlier, it was not that much dominant as a technology.
Yeah.
So, how does software testing teams, leverage this AI to improve their strategies, their performance?
Yeah. So I think like the next level of technologies which are coming up is your AI, ML, cloud. So like all the other teams or the other things which are there in the IT. So testing teams are also trying to develop their strategy around these AI, ML, and cloud. And we can say like I will give a small example, like the UI testing that was done using the validations or the assertions using the code. So now there are tools which will just validate your UI against a baseline, and it will just highlight all the differences. So the number of code which a software tester needs to write in his automation framework will get reduced, right? And that will give means you will save a lot of time and effort. And also like
Mhm.
there are other advantages when you are trying to cover up in your sprint or something. So these are some of the tools. And of course there are reporting tools which will auto means which you can train, and you can assign the status of that particular run based on the past experiences that that particular test case is having. So definitely there is a lot of scopes and lot of technologies which are coming for a tester, and those are related to AI, ML, and cloud. So another example means not related to AI, but it is more related to the cloud computing. So right now, when you are trying to run your this automation, so now there are technologies which will run remotely and in your real device, which is based in cloud. So these are very exciting times, which for a QA.
Okay, so we also see that a lot of agile being adopted in across software development, software testing teams, and in organizations in particular. So we also see that due to the agile approach, defects and bugs are detected much more faster.
Yeah.
So does this test automation makes QA more efficient, means using the agile approaches? So can you just elaborate how it is impacting this QA automation as well as the testing, the agile approach, sir?
So as I was saying, like agile in a nutshell is basically where you have a continuous iterations and integration, and also like your
Hmm.
development and testing goes in a parallel way. So basically, when you follow such kind of methodology, it's very easy to detect a bug in a very early stage of the development, and that makes and you can give that feedback to the developers, and they will try to fix it, and so this cycle goes on. the advantage of having means detecting a bug in a very early stage is like it saves a lot of time and effort for a development. And like it's not the case where the development where the developer gets to know a bug at a very later stage and they need to revert their changes or do a rework of it. So it saves a lot of time and effort for the team. And I think if we follow this methodology, then we are able to deliver a very good product. And we'll try means it saves a lot of time for overall.
Okay, so we also hear a lot of a term that is quite it has cropped up sometime back in software testing domain, that is unified functional testing. So what exactly is this?
Yeah, so unified functional testing is more related to like in the common terms we say it like a it's a tool which was initially developed by the Mercury Interactive, and later on it was took over by the HP, and now it is maintained by Micro Focus, which is again a child company of HP. So
Okay,
yeah, so it QTP, what QTP does, it's very handy while trying to run an automation regression and like detecting bugs for web or client based application. So, and one of the greatest advantage with UFT is like its support which we get from the HP, and the plugins which are there for like the different types of testing. So that's a biggest advantage, and that's the reason why the someone who has a knowledge of QTP or like UFT has a great demand in the market.
so it has been really wonderful with you, sir. And I just like to understand that what are the specific skills that are needed to be successful in software testing domain?
Yeah, so to be successful in a software domain is like I think the first thing is like you need to be adaptable. So adaptability is the greatest skill, I would say, because
Okay,
technology will always change
change.
and
Okay.
it will keep on changing. So you need to be adaptable to adapt to new technologies, learn new skills.
Hmm.
So I think the one thing which I follow is like one day one skill, where like
Okay, that's
each
really great, I will say.
yeah, so each day you try to learn a new skill. It can be a very small, like even doing a small drag and drop from an Excel in a different way. But yeah, like if you try to do that, so I'm sure like you will try, means you will achieve or you will get success like in whatever your field you are. So
Hmm.
that's the thing. And like apart from that, like for testing, there are a lot of things, but I would say like to be a complete package. Of course, like there are manual testing skills, like how you can develop a test case or how can you can develop your scenarios. And like from the automation side, you need to, I think, somewhat knowledge of Java is like basic knowledge of Java is a must for a tester, so that he can work on the automation tools, and little bit of test management tools, Jenkins tools. So that would be a complete package for you as a tester.
Okay. So other than the technical knowledge,
Yeah,
as you said, that adaptability is the main core skill
yeah,
that any software tester should have. Because of course
yeah,
we are seeing a lot of technological changes and one should be
yeah,
open and adaptable to grasp
yeah,
them.
yes.
Okay. So sir, now before concluding, I just wanted to have advice for freshers. So if they want to join the software testing field now, so what advice you would like to give them?
Yeah, I would say like joining a software tester field. There is a very exciting thing that are coming up. So I think, as I said, like if you are adaptable and if you are open to learn the things that are there in the IT, be it like that for the testing. Even like if you are in manual testing, I would say like you shouldn't sulk your face. Like there are a lot of things that manual testing offers, and there are certain limitations of automation. So that's where the manual things comes handy. And if you're in the automation field, I would say like there are very much, means there are a lot of tools which are there, like cloud computing and AI related tools are there, testing tools are there. So I think just keep an open mind, have a vigor to learn new things, and I am sure like you would do wonders in this industry.
Okay, that's really great, and that's really so much thoughtful and insightful from you, sir. We thank you for giving us your valuable time so that all the viewers are able to learn more about software testing and quality assurance in general and for their career prospects as well.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot, sir.
thanks, and all the best to everyone.
Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss a video from us.